Go. Let's go. Yes, it is. Okay, greetings and blessings. Welcome to our IBO business training. Let's see if we can get some visuals. It's not going to be, well, it's going to be a mixture, but it's definitely going to be authentic, like us engaging back and forth. You made it to another, you guys can't see, can you? It would help if I click share. There we go. Perfect. So welcome to another business building trainers for beginners 101. This has been really good. The last couple of weeks we've been doing this. I don't know how many sessions you guys have managed to catch, but it's really been enlightening. We've had people in the community running sessions, really good feedback about that as well, because sometimes, you know, you see certain things or see certain people doing certain things, so you associate it to, oh, well, it's them, they do that really well. Like, so you almost not count yourself out, but you think, oh, well, they can do it. You know, I'm not creative, I'm not this, I'm not that. We've been looking at marketing our businesses. That's very important when you've got a business. How do people know your business is open, right? How do they know where to find you, etc. So we were using some tools that are available for free, sharing those. We did some stuff on social media, Miss Break Bread, all of these sessions as well. Let me just show you guys. Do you guys know that we have our own YouTube? Another marketing piece there. We have our own YouTube channel, Rich University UK. This is for you guys. This is a tool for you guys. You will see that there's many things uploaded here, as you can see. And it's really cute because we did those, what would you call them? The covers for these two videos here. These were our IBO business training. We did them on the session. We did those on the session and for those weeks. So we did, like I said, making flyers. This was from your phone as well. And Miss Break Bread taught us how to use word swag, story swag, all these different things. And we actually, like I said, produced a cover on session. So that's really cute. But this is a great library for where you guys can find playbacks. You guys can find a lot of presentations, which is what we're going to be talking about today. Testimonies, all these things are shareable. You know, that's what YouTube is like, a, you know, online archive. And we have our own. We have our own full of lots of amazing things that you can use for your business as a tool. And you guys can have your own YouTube pages, what we're going to talk about today. I'll even talk about if we get that far or what have you, if you guys want to know how you get it from being on a Zoom like this to being on a YouTube. So this is really good. Definitely recommend leveraging it. But yeah, that's our amazing YouTube channel. So let's get into today. We're not going to delay. Again, it's going to be much interaction from you guys. And this is basically presenting your business like a pro. Like, how do you present your business now? So we've marketed the business. We've let people know we're open. We've put the online content out there. We've been engaging. And people want to know what the heck is it about? And now you're like, oh my God, what do I tell them? You know, oh my God, I can't do that. Like a Dr. China, like a Jewel, like whoever you might have seen present the information to you, and now you think you've got to be just like them. Well, that's a faux pas. You have to be just like you. You know, you're going to be as good as you. I want you guys to start believing in you. That's been probably the word for today. Believe in you, your abilities. What do you want? You know, do you believe that you can do that? You know, a lot of the time it's quite difficult. We spoke about this in weeks past. Realizing that you're the boss, you are the CEO of your company, you are the master of your own destiny. You have your big girl and big guy, you know, panties and trousers on now, and anything that happens is because of, you know, it's because you are the one that is in control, basically. The great thing is you have a lot of guidance, mentorship, and all the rest of it. So now let's talk about the presenting piece, okay? So how are you going to 10x your business? You can literally 10x your business in the next 90 days. Do you believe that first? Somebody say, I believe that I can 10x my business in the next 90 days. Well, guess what? You're just in time because there's 94 days left of 2021. You literally have 90 days and some change to transform your business, to pump that new energy and to give it like a revamp and you just quantum leaps, all that. And we did this last year. We did it without really thinking that's what we was doing. We just kind of did it, and you know, the fruit spoke for themselves. So how to 10x your business in the next 90 days, right? So there's a 10,000 hour rule. You guys might have seen some of these before. We have shown them in prior Road to Riches. It's not all going to be the same, just to let you know. But as a reminder, it's good. Repetition is good, right? the father of learning. So in business, in the world of professionalism, you know, skills, they say that the 10,000-hour rule, and what that rule says is that to become a world class at anything, to become a pro at anything, to become like the top of your game, it takes 10,000 hours of practice. Well, in our industry, that 10,000 hours of practice is basically 10,000 presentations. And you know, one of the big goals in our company, in our realm, is chairman. Why chairman? Well, chairman kind of shows us that, oh my God, it's kind of like the reward for the work you put in. It's kind of like a stamp of approval, right? Like not even just 10,000 racks, all the people, it solidifies you. It's just kind of like a milestone. It's a great promotional point to be at. Everyone's job has a point of promotion, right? And I would say for us, that's like that top spot that when you get there, you're like, oh my gosh, I did it. It paid off. Wow, wow, wow. So 10,000 presentations to go chairman is literally what it takes. So how many presentations are you doing? How can we do these presentations? How can this be, you know, no longer the boogeyman and something natural? Because you'd be surprised how not just quickly and efficiently, but how naturally and without thinking, once you know, do this consistently, showing the plan can be. And I'm going to show you and talk to you guys and engage with you guys on that, on being really comfortable. I want this to be, like I said, I don't want it to be the boogeyman anymore. A lot of you guys have been in the business for some time and maybe avoid this piece and leave it to whoever you've identified as a really good presenter. I did it for years, so you know, I understand. So presenting is basically showing the plan, showing the business plan that you have, the business that you're a part of. And believe it or not, you guys are the professionals. You might not feel that way, but you've got access. You're on the inside. So you know way more than the person that isn't on the inside, right? Even if you told them one thing, one fact, what you heard from Kurt Cobain, you know, something you learned on Lee Allen today, Millie Mills, what have you, show them a screenshot. Basically, you've just positioned yourself as a professional. And that's important because the main thing really when you're presenting, when you're talking about this business opportunity in any way, it might not always be formal. We're not talking about always standing in the front of a whiteboard with a I don't know what you call them, pointy things. But that's not always what showing the plan is, you know. Literally could just be a conversation. You could be on a live stream, you know. It literally requires confidence. Your confidence is always your currency, you know, making sure you've got the right posture, meaning that you at least look like and sound like you know what you're talking about. You know, if somebody isn't confident, even if they're giving you the facts, but if they're stuttering, if you got on a live with China right now and she was stuttering, she was looking down, she wasn't making eye contact, you know, it was all just a bit weird. No matter what she said, even if she said my name was China, but she said it, my man just wasn't even paying attention. You wouldn't even believe her, right? Confidence. So leading with that, building your confidence, we've spoken about that on, you know, past Road to Riches sessions, is imperative. Being an investor, being successful, your confidence is always going to be your currency, and clarity. This is something that I had to learn, especially having an accent that maybe wasn't alike to the accent of the people that I was speaking to, presenting to. They don't understand what I'm saying, then it doesn't matter how good it was or how confident I was. There was no clarity. No one was clear. So I had to learn to slow down, had to learn to, you know, pronounce my words and just be clear on what I was saying, not be hazy, you know, be that confident, and clarity kind of goes together, saying things with your chest, right? So that's the main thing when it comes to showing the plan, and that it's you doing it. You know, ultimately people do want to see you. Like they will, you know, that you will get to a certain point with, you know, pointing people in the right direction, and that's fine. But at some point, people are going to ask you questions. I remember Mrs. J used to say to me all the time, right? Why can't you tell me? You know, for a long time, I just wouldn't tell. I would prefer the people to hear it. But even if I just heard China say it, I would literally say, oh, I'll send you a recording, or oh, listen to how she says it. I just didn't feel confident like in saying it. And she wanted to hear it from me. She didn't want to hear it from anybody else. So people genuinely, they know you, they want to see you. It's going to feel more trustworthy. So we've got a term in this industry. We say the person at the front of the room makes the most money. Now, well, we're kind of back out of the lock-in phase. So that's changed to the front of the Zoom. Front of the Zoom, front of the room, again, you're positioning yourself as an expert. You know, if you're the one that they see, then they assume that, oh, okay, I want to do this with her. I want to do this with him. He sounds like he knows what he's talking about. So let me partner with them. And that is, you know, you can take yourself back to anything that you've ever been to, you know, where someone is showing you information, you don't know if they've just recited that or not. They're confident, they're clear. Okay, you want to do it with them. You know, they seem like they know what they're talking about. So the person at the front of the room definitely makes the most money. And we've been through this before, your visibility being your credibility. This is what we went through in the last few weeks, making sure that we've got visuals to present our business, making sure that you're presentable because you are the face of your business. Listen, you can't sell a dream looking like a nightmare. You know, so when you show up correctly, make sure there's no boogers in your nose, that your lips aren't cracked and dry, you know, look like the opportunity that you're presenting. You're talking about $6.7 trillion. You can't have sleep in your eye. You can't have white around your mouth, like, sort it out. You can't be talking to somebody with a cracked up screen, showing them a screenshot. They can't even see the money through all the different, you know, angles that the phone is making. Like that, those things are important. Remember, this is a household name. We're talking about rich, right? So you want it to look, so you definitely want that to be you know, that to be apparent, right? Before you even say a word, people read into all of these things, trust me. So now we've got that out of the way, hopefully those things make sense. You know, drop ones in the chat, you know, come off mute. Again, this is, you know, for us to engage. Now you need to know, what the heck is the plan? You're saying show this plan, but I don't really know what the plan is. Yes, I'm here, you know, I get on a few go live sessions a week. I got a few screenshots, but I still don't feel confident enough. And, you know, your confidence does come from not just your consistency, but from your knowledge. You know, if you know, then it makes you more confident. You don't really care what people think because you know what you know, right? So what is the plan? We'll kind of go through this today. Let's just see. Maybe we'll cut to that now. Yeah, well, actually, this is traditionally the way the presentation was, and we're going to look at that because that is important, and that is very important. You'll see now, if you guys have been, you know, rich for maybe the last probably even 2 or 3 months now, we've definitely moved away from showing the stagnant slides. Not because the slides are bad, we've just developed into giving people real facts and, you know, real things that they can pull up rather than looking like one we prepared earlier. However, everybody has to start somewhere because we didn't start there. And I think that's important. I'm going to show you as well, you know, some of the presentations that I've watched and the people that I've watched to kind of develop my skill, not even realizing I was developing the skill, just consistently watching people. If you get on presentations regularly, if you know, get on our rich meetup on Sundays, you know, you get on Dr. China's lives, you know, Dr. Jewel, Pastor Carl, you know, all these different people who are always showing the plan, then you can present, trust me. You know, you just need to do it. You know, you've heard the verbiage so many times, you'll actually be shocked how much you know. I definitely was shocked. Last July was the first time that I did a global presentation. I put my name, I didn't want to even put my name, I don't even know how it happened. I think Dr. China said, UK, so can you do Friday? And I was like, oh, okay. I didn't want to do Friday, but I did Friday. And I was shocked at how much I knew. But even in preparation, I went back and I looked and just studied. You know, I literally wrote down the same things that, you know, Dr. China said. She's one of my mentors who I study close. So I'm going to still go through this because I think it is important, because even when we're not showing the slides, we're actually saying the information that's kind of on the slides, and it really does break it down. So I hope you guys have got pen and paper as well. We're going to go through this. We're going to, you know, kind of chop it up also. So let's see what the plan is. Okay. First of all, people want to know who we are. Okay, that's the main thing. People want to know, well, what the heck is Rich University? Because that's what you're presenting. You're presenting the Rich University partnered with IM Academy. Just to let you know, that's what you're presenting in case you wasn't aware of. Yes, you're presenting trading, e-commerce, HFX, all these things, but you're presenting it under the umbrella of Rich University, which is the community that you're a part of, partnered with the #1 digital platform in the world, which is IM Academy. So people want to know, who the heck is that, right? Before they even listen to what you're saying. They want to know, okay, well, what do you do at that Rich University? What does the IM Academy offer? Like, what does it offer? What do you do? You know, make a note of these things. These are important. Very, very simple. This is what you would want to know, right? If somebody was showing you something. Oh, good Lord. How did we get here? Okie dokie. Rewind selector. Where were we? We were here. Brilliant. So what's the plan? Who we are, what we do. Also, people want to know how we do it. You know, trade shows amazing. We invite people on our trade show each and every day, you know, 12 EST, 5 p.m. and they get to do what we do with us, right? Yeah, they get a demo. Yeah, they get the pocket options, but they still don't really know how. We just did what we did. They heard people made 5K in 3 minutes. People don't really understand the how. So when you're presenting, you get to show them how. You get to either have them do it with you. You know, I'm practical. I like to get them to download the apps, do it. I like to show them what exactly, you know, compounded interest is, because that's all we did. We compounded our interest. How? Well, we started with this amount, we turned into this amount. How? Well, this button meant that it gave us this amount of extra interest, leverage, whatever. How? Okay. And then what do they need to do it to? Okay, so it's great knowing all these things, but when you're presenting to somebody who doesn't have access, like, what do they need? How much time do they need? How much money do they need? Let's get to the meat and potatoes. Oh, this is all like a fairy tale, but what do you want from me? Most time when you're talking to somebody presenting any opportunity, and you felt like this, like, drop ones in the chat. Have you ever been to any kind of seminar where someone is telling you something amazing, they're selling you something great, right? Lifestyle, whatever, real estate, all these different things, and all you're waiting for, like, the longer that thing goes on, you're waiting, like, what is the damage? What do they want? What are they going to be asking for? You're just waiting for the bottom line. You're waiting for the price tag. So sometimes it's good to throw this out on the front end so that people are sat there the whole time biting nails and just thinking, like, they're waiting for that to even have that as an excuse of why they ain't going to do it. Like, they can't even really listen to the information clearly, because in the back of their mind, they got financial PTSD, and they was thinking this is going to cost a whole this, that, and the third, right? So people want to know, what do they need to do it too? So these things are important when you are, you know, presenting. So bear those things in mind. Very simple: who we are, what we do, how we do it, and what you need to do it too. Okay. And what's the main goal before we go into this? What is the main goal? The main goal is basically show and tell. That's it. You know, you're just showing and telling. You're just a student. You're a product of the product. You're not an expert. You're not a teacher. You know, don't think that you have to be, you know, a connoisseur or have a thesis written up on foreign exchange. No, you're just showing and telling. You know, you've got an experience. You don't have to have a 5-year experience or a 10-year experience. You could have a 1-month experience, a 1-week experience. You're just showing and telling what you have and what you know. So that, what is it? Like, show them what it is. What it is might be HFX swipes, you know? That what it is might be your swipe trades, you know? That what it is might even just be MT4, something that they can get, right? Show the products. Might be your store, like, you're gonna just log on online and show them, this is my online store, you know, and show them how you got it. You want them to have a go, you know? When I really think it's important when you are presenting to always let the person that is watching, you know, people, theory is one thing, but, you know, there's something about that kinetic, actually doing it. Otherwise, do you really believe it? People say seeing is believing, right? Let me get them to download pocket options, get them to press the green button. They did it. Whether they understood it all or not, they probably don't. They're not supposed to, but they touch the products. You know, you definitely want people to touch the product. So that's important. And then, like I said, how much does it cost? So again, this is the goal, for them to know what it is, for them to see the product, touch the product, and know how much the product costs. Okay, that's very, very simple. So I think I'm gonna leave that there for now. Yep, definitely. Anyone got any questions, comments, or concerns? Before I kind of get into the meat and potatoes of the actual presentation, showing you guys what it is, showing you guys how you can find some prior ones. I think I may do that first before I get into the actual presentation. Anyone got anything they want to ask? Or let me see, you've been talking in the chat as well, but you guys can go ahead and unmute. Okay, I see you guys agreeing there in the chat. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Anyone ever presented before who's on the line? Want to talk about that, their experience, how they found it, where they might want some pointers, or where their strengths lie, where their weaknesses were, how they felt when they first may have presented, why you might have apprehensions of presenting now, and you know, why you've never done it. You know, let's be real. Let's talk about it.
Hey, hi everyone.
Hey.
Yes, I think looking back last year, when we presented for with Dr. China, we actually did the YouTube series. Do you remember when we presented from Manchester, when we were doing the
Oh yeah, when we did what was it now, college tour? And
that's correct, yeah. That was amazing. I think that was my first time really speaking out, and I was so shy, if I'm honest. And I just remembered
believe that, mom, my mom shy.
And then after that, I think I just started to, to write things down. And I found that writing things down helped me a lot. And I noticed that Dr. China, she writes things down as well. Because every time, I mean, listen, Michelle Obama, whoever, I see that they write things down, and they have to have a slight look. I mean, we don't want you to be looking down all the time, but I mean, it's, to me, it's just a comfort to know that if I lose my thought process, then I can just remind myself quickly by looking at the bullet points. So that's just me. That's what I've learned about myself.
That's so good, and I just wanted to pull it up. So
oh no,
this is why YouTube's great, because it's like archive. You get to see the journey, right? None of us, however you look at whoever you look up to, they didn't start there, right? Not even go through Dr. China's YouTube. It backdates like pretty heavily. Well, we might even have a sneaky peek. This was our first presentation last year, the 14th of May 2020, and it was part of our 40 days and 40 nights tour. Let me just say, we got the most views out of the whole tour. We went everywhere. Look, we had the Millennials tour, we had, let's see, Louisiana, London, Detroit, Chicago. Like, look, it was amazing. Like, we basically put our cities on the map. It was so fun. Like, and I won't say we were forced to do it, but there was not really no backing. I said, okay, Manchester, this is your dates. You just, it was like, okay, we got the dates. It was like Bitcoin over Birkin. You just had this date. Your city was there. You're like, okay, what are we going to do? But we'll do it, right? So yeah, it was really cool because we all did it together. And on our one, we just basically, it was like testimonies. So, we can go back and watch. Let's see if I can. I'm not going to put the volume on. Oh, there's Mom. There you are.
Oh, please don't show me. Oh, no.
It's just a video. So it was really good. So yeah, I definitely, recommend that you guys like go back and kind of watch some presentations and like just see how they kind of flow. Again, like I said, Dr. China, who you might think is an, amazing presenter, this goes back pretty deep. 4 years ago. There's some that were even more than that. I remember that I recorded this, Passion, Purpose, and Power. What was it? If you're a boss, a leader, or a diva, something like that. I can't remember. We said it over. But yeah, like, let me tell you, you don't have to be great to start. You just have to start. The more you do it, the more you do it. Like, if you just keep on saying the same thing over and over again, sooner or later, it becomes second nature. How many of you at your jobs, like when you answer the phone, or when you answer the phone, you might say the same thing every time, but when you first got the job, it seemed like a tongue twister. The good afternoon, whatever, we aim to how can I help? Whatever it was, right? There might be like a mission statement, something that you thought, oh my gosh, how am I going to be able to say this? But you said it over and over again until now it's second nature. It's the same with the presentation, and I'm about to go into the slides. And why I'm kind of showing you this, because I want to show you consistency. Confidence comes from your consistency. Dr. China did this every single day. Every single day. Look, you can see they're all the same. She just basically shown the same presentation day in, day out. She live streamed it on Facebook. She live streamed it on YouTube. And it was also on, on Zoom as well. Whether there was, 5 people showing up or 50 people showing up, she had the same energy, and I watched all of them, more or less all of them, every single day I got a new gem. The reason why I'm showing you this is because now when you see Dr. China present, you'll notice that she doesn't really use a lot of the slides anymore. Those slides are made just specifically for Rich. So if you guys, get on the Rich Team meetup on Sunday, which I'm still like watching back in awe, like getting tips, getting gems, you'll notice that she shows a lot of real-time facts. And we'll get into this if we can do that all today. I don't want this to be an extra long session, and I want it to be genuinely helpful and beneficial. So whatever you guys can kind of take away today to execute, and if that's, if we get to do this, then that's great. If not, we can do that another time. But even when she's presenting the information she's presenting now, so she's pulling up all kinds of, real-time facts. She did the rise and the fall of the dollar. FYI, whenever I see stuff like this, I screenshot it. Literally, I saw this, I thought it was good. She's my mentor. I'm always aiming to be the best, and she's someone that's at the top of her game. So what did I do? I just screenshotted that thing. Where is it? Let me see where I put it. I put it somewhere in here. I'm always just taking a screenshot, and I might not be able to find where I put it now, but I have put it in here somewhere. It might be at the bottom of this presentation. Why? Because I thought it was good. I like the way, you know, she broke it down. So, you know, I took it so that I can do the same thing. I don't know where I've put it, but it is in here somewhere. Might be in road.
The rise and fall of the dollar. Okay.
Yeah, so I just took a screenshot. I don't know where it is. It's in here somewhere. But yes, basically, it was something that she just broke down and explained. But you have to walk before you can run. So it's okay seeing stuff like that. I'm thinking, oh wow, amazing. But if you don't really know why you're talking about that, how you got there, it's going to be pretty difficult. So let's get into has anyone got anything else to add? Any feedback? You'll see that she goes through the back office, which is, you know, probably the easiest way to present. But let's show you guys where it all started, okay? Or where not exactly started, but what I think makes it really simple to basically relay the information, because you have to know the basics, right? Before you can get off, don't think about getting off Ferrari. You have your own personality already. You know, you have your own speed of how you speak, etc. These are things that you're going to develop because you're going to listen back. I definitely recommend that. Dr. China listens back to every presentation she does. I do the same thing. You always want to, you know, critique yourself. You always want to be growing. So I definitely recommend that. You can practice doing this like by yourself, but I think presenting, it's not really about presenting to you. It's about presenting to an audience, even if that's one person. Maybe it's, you know, you keep asking your auntie, your mom, your sisters, what have you, you know, you're basically working towards your next promotion. You just really want to perfect, you know, your craft. You've got to get really good at presenting the plan, you know. So is it okay if they just, you know, listen to you type of thing while you do this? Get some friends. The funny thing is, you're practicing, genuinely practicing, and you end up getting prospects, even partners, because they're like, really, is that real what you're saying, right? Like, you realize how effective it actually is. So okay. Anyone got anything that they want to add about their experience prior to this, presenting, not presenting, why they're not presenting, before we get into this real quick?
I've presented a few times.
Mhm.
I love to do one-on-ones. I guess, you know, that kind of like break away your, you know, your fears or your anxiety or whatever, when it's just like a one-on-one versus maybe 2 or 3 other people on there.
Okay.
And in the beginning, you feel like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm new at this, but at the same time, the people on the other end, they don't know that you're new to it. They don't know that this is your first time doing it, or that you're new at it. You know, you're giving them information that they didn't have. So I still get those jitterbugs or whatever, but and there's been times that I've forgotten things. I have notes written down, but you don't want them to know that you're actually reading from something. So it's like, it gets kind of, you know, it gets kind of hard to stay focused on your screen and then glimpse on your notes, because your eye may not go on the note that you're ready to
Right one, right.
So you just have to go with the flow. But like I said, they don't know that it's your first time. They don't know that you're new doing it. You just got to keep doing it. And just like you said, when you do things over and over again, repetitions, it becomes second nature.
That's so true. Oh my, the amount of times, like, oh my God, my notes, I'd be like, what the heck? I'm sure I've written, and I'm looking and I'm thinking, I just said that. Did they know? And then you have to kind of, you know, style it out and move to the next part or what have you. And you think, oh, I did it wrong, but they have no idea you did it wrong. They thought it was great, you know, like they are oblivious. They don't know what it was supposed to be like. These are the limitations that we put in our heads, and then we tell ourselves we did it wrong, you know, rather than saying, oh my gosh, that was amazing, I got through it, you know, it was well received. You know, we want to really have compassion with ourselves as well a lot of the time, and you have a chance to do it again. I always feel like I've missed something. Oh, I should have said this, I could have said this like this. And that's why I'm always listening to other people present. You know, listening to different people present this information, I find it amazing. Like, oh, that's good. Oh, I said this thing that I've heard somebody say like on a presentation once, and it stuck with me forever. And I'll just always say that. So no, I really appreciate that. Great feedback. That's so true. And
then another thing I want to say is, don't compare yourself to the people that you've listened to, because you can get caught up. That's when your doubt sets in, and oh, I'm supposed to do it perfect. So it's good to have different people to listen to, and, you know, jot down different notes. So I'm gonna take this one from that person and this from that person, but don't get so caught up and feel like you have to really exemplify your peers, or, you know, your mentors or your leaders, because you know, you'll get caught up that way.
Oh, absolutely. Comparison is the biggest stealer of joy. You know, you are you. The reason why there's some people that I don't know who the person that you think is the. I mean, I'll just keep using Dr. China as an example because for me, hands down, she's just up there when it comes to presenting this. I mean, she is Rich University, right? So when I think about, you know, even the times when I used to say to my mom, oh, well, let her tell you. She'd ask me questions, say, oh, let her tell you. And she said, I'd want you to tell me, right? There's some things that even as great as you think the person that you look up to, people need to hear it from you. Like there's just something that your manner, the way how their relationship with you, you know, so you're thinking you've got to be like this other person, and God is waiting for you to be you because it's waiting for you to impact those souls that he has aligned to you. There's people that Dr. China will never impact that only you can impact, that only you, the way you look, the things you've been through, where you live, the way you sound, the little quirky thing that you might do, you know, with your hair or well, the things that you thought were not perfect, right, are the very things that the souls that have aligned to you, that's the reason why they're going to partner with you. So never ever forget that. Never ever, exactly what you said, Lashonda, you are the best. Be the best you. Don't think you've got to be like Miss UK. Don't think you've got to be like Mr. A. There's already a Mr. A. We really don't need any more, right? We just need, you know, we need you. There's a space for you. You have been made perfectly and wonderfully for a time such as this. So before we get all up in our shana, let's get into this. So this is the basic Rich presentation, also combined with like I Am Academy's presentation. For those who don't know, they actually have the presentation in the back office. I'm not going to pull it up. I want us to stay on track. But inside your IAM.center, there is a presentation in there. Don't really recommend particularly using that one. It's a good placeholder. It's like conversation points. It's in there anyway. If anybody really wants it, you know, after the call, you can have a look, or I can see if I can find it. But what we did is we took IMs, which is basically the opportunity, right, the academy, and we merged it with Rich. Why? Because Rich has a unique offering also. You know, Rich has some unique products, tools, and services what IM, you know, when you partner with just IM outside of Rich that you don't get. So that was the purpose of doing this. We also have a unique mission that's in alignment with IM's mission. So let's just get into it, okay? So again, first we want to know exactly who we are. Make a note of this, okay? Make a note of these things, because the point of these slides isn't necessarily to present the slides, but it's to present the information. But this is how we all learn. So who are we? For those who don't know who we are, we're Rich University, first of all, okay? And we have a mission, and our mission is to impact nations and generations. So when you're actually conveying this, all you're doing is reading the slide. You know, if you get to the point where you no longer have the slide, you're still going to tell this information. You know, we are a mission-based movement. You know, our goal is to impact nations and generations. You know, we want to touch 1 million families. Where am I getting this information from? It's right there on the slide. Okay. We stand on 3 solid pillars: relationships, results, and residual. So this is literally who we are. That's who we are. So make a note, write that down, take a screenshot. And you may also see that the visual is of the Rich CEO, and it says here, founder of Rich University, Dr. China Bethany. You might want to just, rather than name drop her or just say her name, whether you're doing it with or without the slides, I always want to make it personal. Okay, if I mention a Dr. China, why am I mentioning Dr. China? How do I know her? You know, how has she impacted me? How did I come to know her in alignment with this, you know, with this opportunity? So for you, that might be that I saw Dr. China on a live one day. You're a person. Remember, when you're presenting, you are a person. You're not a robot. So you're not, hi, this is Rich University. We are mission-based movement. We impact nations for generations. This is Dr. China Bethany, the CEO. Like, you're a person. So you're like, listen, this really touched me. You know, I met this amazing woman of God on a live on Instagram. You know, she was talking about X, and at the time I was going through X, and it really connected with me. Or she's got 3 children like me. You know, she went through breast cancer like me. You know, whatever. You know, she's a survivor like me. All different things. She's from New Orleans like me. What have you? However, your interaction with her, be genuine about it, right? She's also a person too. You know, we edify her. We say a few points sometimes, and like I said, we don't actually do the presentation like this, but I really want to take you back to where we started, because, you know, walking before you can run is important. So some of Dr. China's edification points are that she is a United Nations ambassador. Okay, she's a United Nations ambassador. She also has a Lifetime Achievement Award from Barack Obama, okay, for entrepreneurship and outreach. So she has a Lifetime Achievement Award. Let me even give you guys this screen to screenshot. You might want to, and you know what I've ended up doing is making my own slides sometimes for information that I want to present, because I do like to see visually what I'm saying. So this is a Lifetime, you know, Achievement Award by Barack Obama. It says it on there. She's the Bitcoin mommy. That's another one that you can probably say. So yeah, anyway, and she's been mentored by some of the greats, you know, Dr. Miles Monroe. You know, she enrolled Les Brown. A lot of people listen to Les Brown's mentorship on YouTube, etc. But that's who we are, okay? And that's our founder. So that gives people the heart of our company. Hopefully that makes sense. Now people want to know, okay, well, what do you do at a rich university? To me, this slide is very important because this connects, or the information on this slide connects our academy and the things that people are about to subscribe to their actual real life. This lets people know that they're not exempt. So now they're involved in the information that you're showing them. You're not just telling them something that isn't a part of their life, okay? This has to resonate because this applies to everyone, no matter where they stand. Normally they stand on the left, but some of them may stand on the right. You know, I'm not going to limit the people that you're going to be presenting to or the people that are going to receive information from you. Okay, so what do? We provide an elite level of education and information. How do I know? It says it on the slide. So that's what we do. We provide an elite level of education and information. And what you can see, what we show is the way how money is transacted, you know, all over the world globally, how everybody earns money. It's a cash flow quadrant. It's split into 4 segments. That's why it's a quadrant. It has 2 sides, a right side and a left side. On the left side, what it's showing you here is employees and self-employees. Even if before that, you can see 95% and 5%. What is that? So where it says 95%, this is the population, okay? So 90% of the world's population, it's saying share 5% of the wealth. That's what it's showing you. So write that down for those who, you know, this is new information to them, especially. That is something that's going to resonate with people, because most of us, most people, before we got into this, you know, the right side of the coin, they spend their time in the 95%, the majority. So if you think about that, that means that no matter how hard you work, no matter how great your job is or your profession is, you're still only sharing a pool of 5%. That's very small odds, okay? That doesn't really leave you a lot of, you know, growth. So you're part of the majority, but you're sharing the minority, you're sharing the least, okay? And these people are employees and self-employees. You know, when you read the slide, it tells you what an employee is, what a self-employee is, exchanging their time for money, you know, working for yourself, but not having a lot of time to enjoy it. So you've got higher earnings, but higher earnings, but less time, basically. Then it's showing you the other side. It's showing you that there's a different side of the spectrum, where the least, you know, the minority, the people, the elite people in the world, the 5%, are sharing most of the money, 95% of the wealth. Now, these facts normally open people's eyes, and your delivery is important. Let me tell you, like I said, there's one thing, you're not a robot reading, yeah, we are provided, or just being monotone. Everyone's different, but you really may have to adapt. And we do this on Road to Riches, some kind of alter ego, because you might say, well, I'm not really this, I don't really this, I don't. Forget that, because what you want to be is a person that is a top earner. And top earners and money makers, what they do is that when they speak, they have, you know, a differential, oh my gosh, I can't even speak, tone, you know, in their voice. Then when they're speaking, they're engaging. To do that, it might mean that you put emphasis on certain things. And I just learned this from people that I watch, because when I watch those people, the reason why I like those people is because they're engaging me. You go on YouTube right now and put in I am presentation, there's thousands of people that are presenting, but the ones that get the most views or get the most people joining their business is because of the way they're presenting the information. So put emphasis on certain things that you really think are going to be like wow factors to people's ears. So when I say this, if I say 90, and I do this because I heard China do it as well, and I knew she was doing it, and she does it consistently, so I thought, well, it must work, right? So when you're saying these facts and figures, don't just muffle through them. So you've got 5% of the world's population sharing 95% of the wealth. You might want to repeat that. That clarity. Clarity means that you might repeat the same thing over and over again. 5% of people are sharing 95% of the wealth. Those things mean that now people, that's going to resonate in people's brains. You're going to let them know who these people are. Business owners. I like to connect business owners to the real business owners, not your friend that's got a shop down the road, unless she's got a Vidal Sassoon, you know, or a multi-billion-dollar branded hair salon. We're talking about Jeff Bezos. Who's he? Who knows about Amazon? Start to engage with your audience. Who's got Amazon Prime? That's the top earner in the whole world. It's the guy that's got most of the money. We're talking about people like Richard Branson. Think of business owners, big time business. The Microsoft man. What's he called? Can't remember his name. Don't like him. Yeah, whatever his name is, him. You know, connect.
Sorry.
Like McDonald's, you know, businesses connect. And it's funny, I've seen somebody do a presentation and they were using different examples and I thought they were really good. And McDonald's was one of them, but I liked the way they broke it down, because mostly everyone's been in a McDonald's, right? But what they were saying is that what it says here is that business owners, they have systems in place, okay? Meaning that they don't have to, the same thing is happening everywhere. You go into McDonald's in Guadeloupe, you know you can get a McChicken sandwich. You go into a McDonald's in Madagascar, you know that you can get a Big Mac, right? You know you're going to get the fries. You know the fries are going to always taste like that McDonald's-y taste fries, right? You know it's going to be red and yellow. You're never going to go to a blue and green McDonald's. You would think it was bootleg. You wouldn't even trust it, right? It's always going to have the golden arches. It's a system that's in place. The people are going to have a certain uniform, the way they look, the way they, you know, the way everything's set out. What does that mean? It means that the Mr. McDonald doesn't have to be in every single one of those places. He's done it once and it's been duplicated. If you order Amazon in your country where you are in Texas, if I order it where I am in my country here, you know, in the UK, it comes in the same Amazon packaging, you know, the same way. We go to the same way. It's a system, systematic. They don't have to be physically at every location. That's what a business owner is. So when you're presenting the information, you always want to make it real. And I'm just going to transition real quick because yes, we are going through the slides, but this is where real facts and figures come in. So you may, rather than show this slide, so let me present this slide without presenting this slide, if that makes sense, just to kind of transition. And let me know if I'm going too fast or you want me to slow down or go through the whole presentation first. But just like what we've just said now, I want to show you the difference between doing it on the slides and then doing it like just on the internet. And I've got so many things up here. So what I might do, oh, where did I get it from the other day? Let's just type it in. So what I might do, instead of, you know, showing them a slide, I might just go to, you know, when I'm talking about Rich University, I might just go to one of our websites, you know, and show them who we are. Why is this powerful? Well, why it's powerful, guys, is because they can do exactly what I'm doing. Everybody trusts Google because they have access. That's where if they come off a presentation and they say, well, I'm going to do my research, all they're going to do is go to Google. And most of them don't know what to Google. So guess what? I'll do it for you when I'm presenting. So yeah, we are Rich University. You know, our mission is to impact nations for generations. Look, as I'm scrolling and saying this, they can see, you know, you can even start reading what's on the screen. Come and get rich with us. This is our Rich CEO, one of our leaders. They were in Mexico, you know, our amazing leader. She's showing you lifestyle, you know, all of this. So, you know, just use different things sometimes. And like I said, you got to run before you can walk. But I know some of you guys have probably rinsed that presentation as well and looking for new things and ways. And I actually learned this from Miss Break Bread. I think it was a presentation she was doing and I saw her pull this up and I was like, yo, that's really good. Let me go ahead, you know, and use that. So that could be how I present who we are. Then the next one, what we do, you know, I might get some stats about, you know, employees. I thought I had something up here.
Sorry, where have you gotten this from, Miran?
The internet. This is the internet. I've typed in China's website, buybitcoinbaby.com. So this is the internet, what everyone has access to. When they're watching you, they have also the same access. Let me see. Okay, so this is a little bit different because this might be a presentation when I was, oh no, that's really different. I really do tailor my presentations to my audience. Okay, so this was the purchasing power of the dollar. So anyway, what I was just talking about, you know, the way different people are earning, etc. I might just get an example up. I might go to the internet. I did have something, that's why I'm stalling looking for it, but I might not have it up anymore. Let's see. I might just Google employee, or I might even just Google the cash flow quadrant, because that's all it is. And the cash flow quadrant was designed by Robert Kiyosaki. He's a very reputable name, what a lot of people know, you know, so maybe I'll just put it up so that they can see that I'm not making it up. I went to, you know, Google and what you call this millionaire called Robert Kiyosaki, who gives financial advice. You know, this is something that he designed. So I might just do it that way, you know, rather than the slide way. Just let me know if that's making sense, if those dots are connecting. Hopefully that those dots are connecting. I can't see the chat, so if you guys are typing in the chat, I can't
Yeah,
see.
it's making plenty of sense.
Okay, brilliant. So you just always want to make this really relatable, okay? So this pie chart, real quick, this is just showing you where we got our information. We're saying we provide an elite level of information and education, but why don't we know this? So the person watching wants to know, okay, well, I've been educated, I've been to university, I went to private school, blah, blah, blah. So most of us went to public school. That's most of the world, 75%, okay? In public school, it's a free-for-all. They're giving you the same information that everyone's getting. You don't get anything different. The only thing that guarantees which school you go to is normally where you live, right? Like, it's normally done that way. So the information that you get is basically what helps you be on the left. It helps you be part of the 95%. It's pretty generic. They're also training you to be an employee. If you want to take time off, you know, you have to ask. If you want to go to the toilet, you put your hand up. You're being trained. There's, you know, set hours, etc. Over here in private school, you know, there's less people that go to private school. You know, we have higher odds. So maybe if you go to private school, you might end up with a better job, a profession, a doctor, a lawyer, etc. Most people send their children to primary school to private school so that they can have a better chance at being some kind of professional, a higher level of education, right? But there's still no guarantees. So just because you go to private school, and I know people who've gone to private school, but they're not doctors, lawyers, scientists, you know, physicists, that doesn't guarantee them, okay? Now you've got the elite. The elite are people who got the information that normally end up on the right side. The information that they got is not being shared in public school. They know about equity, you know, they know about trading, they know about the things that we're learning about now. So now this is connecting the people who are watching you and why the information that you get from Rich University is important, because it's going to put you on a different side of the quadrant. It's going to put you in a position to have 90% access to the 95% of the world's wealth, something that you're never going to get access to being an employee or a self-employee. So let me show you through my opportunity how you can be an investor and make money in your sleep, how you can be an investor and have systems in place, you know, that generate assets that are working for you. Let me show you now. So now people are a little bit more open-minded. Okay, well, what are you going to do this? What are you offering me? Well, let me tell you what I'm going to offer you. Here at the Rich University, we're going to offer you mentorship inside a private community. You're going to get the best education in the world. We're talking about foreign exchange education. Who knows what foreign exchange is? Don't worry, it's all going to be revealed. We're going to give you crypto academies, access to Bitcoin, Ethereum. We're going to give you information that is transformation. I'm talking money in minutes. People are really making money in minutes. You're also going to have access to some very particular unique tools like the crypto club and our nightclub, you know, like some alerts, etc. Whatever. All I'm doing is reading this thing off the thing. I mean, some of these things are a little bit out of date, but it's fine, you know, but these are things that we offer. Okay, online business training, binary options. Okay, so now people can start to say, okay, this is what I get. What do I get for my money? That's what you get. Why is this important? Because this equals where you sit on which side of the quadrant. The information that you got in private and public school, it brought you here. The reason why you're here, you wanted to make some more money. To make some more money, you're going to need to have access to some different product, tools, and services. So hopefully now, you know, everybody's on the same page with you. Now they're listening. They're like, okay, come on, well, give it to me then. So this kind of breaks down what Forex is, okay? Now, when I'm doing the presentation these days, depending on what I'm talking about, because I like to keep my presentations short and to the point. If I led with Bitcoin, I'm gonna more break down Bitcoin. If I led with e-commerce, I'm gonna more break down e-commerce. But this is a very simple slide, because some of you still might need to know how to really explain what the heck Forex is. You're still trying to figure out how to, tell someone that. And I don't advise that when you're in Walmart, Asda, at a party, that you really break down Forex. It's weird. It's really weird. You're at the till, at the cashier, and you've got a cute little flyer, cute little t-shirt. They're like, oh, what's literally the best? You're like, oh, we do foreign exchange. It's a $6.7 trillion industry in a global market that operates 5 days a week.
No.
You can operate from your smartphone. That is weird.
That was me in macro in Spain the other day. I was in Spain and I was trying to explain at the till.
Yeah, you can't break down the whole thing. You want to tell them, well, let me show you. So show them a screenshot and like, oh my God, it's so sexy. I just seen 4 girls. It's so funny. They literally said the word disposable income. They were sat behind me in a spot I was just in. And as I was packing up, they said something disposable income. We need disposable income. And I couldn't leave without giving them flyers. I mean, and talking to them. I was like, hey, did you just say disposable income? And I wasn't that cheesy. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm sure I just heard you guys say disposable income, right? And I gave them all flyers, and they're probably thinking, yeah, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna say? They will look. It's funny because people look at you and they have no idea that the words that are about to come out of my mouth are going to be crypto or trading or whatever. I'm like, have you guys ever heard about investing? Like, you guys can invest in things like Bitcoin and crypto. And some of them are like, yeah, I've heard of it. I'm scared. I'm like, oh my gosh, I was too. I felt the same way. Listen, scan that QR code. You've got to follow me on IG. We've got money parties every single day, like whatever. What I'm not going to do is say, really, oh my gosh, it's just the buying and selling of 2 currencies. Did you know that 6.7 trillion, like, no one, that is so weird. So when you're speaking to people on a like generic basis, this is not the kind of information you're breaking down, right? But obviously we're talking about in a presentation setting. So this gives you some really good points. And even if you only retain 3 of these, like if you only retain 3 of these, like a top 3, you're such a pro when it comes to Forex. Like, what do you know about Forex? You can literally just tell them, did you know that the banks, literally, they're trading your money? Like, they are the biggest people in this industry. They're giving you 0.001%, and they're making 900 grand on every 90 pound that you put in the bank. Like, are you a mug? Is that what you just like to be like mugged off like this? I don't know. However you talk to people, I'm a little bit different. So yeah, so what is Forex? The buying and selling of 2 currencies. So every single time, this is what I say, every single time money is exchanged, someone is paid. Every single time money is exchanged, someone gets paid. Well, we're going to show you how you can be the one that gets paid, okay? So that can be going on holiday, that can be doing online shopping, putting money in the bank, money is being exchanged. It's the largest financial market in the world. The reason why that's important, because when people think about markets, they think about the stock exchange, they think about Wall Street, and those are huge, but those are billion-dollar industries. Now, obviously, this is in the academy. So if you're doing a presentation, instead of breaking down this slide, you can literally show them what is Forex, like that Forex 101 video. It tells them all of this, okay? But these are just some good pointers for you guys to retain if you don't already know. $6.7 trillion a day is exchanged. This is probably my favorite. Like I throw around $6.7 trillion for joke. I'll say, whatever. I use that a lot. I say that number a lot. The reason why, because that is just a number that no one can't even fathom that number. There's no job in the world. When people say, well, they're going to go back and get a degree, a profession, a master's, you can do 10 PhDs, but no one's salary is $6.7 trillion a day. Like a day, there's nothing you can do in the world where that is your earning potential a day. And I know you didn't make $6.7 trillion today, but you had access to, that's available. There's nothing where you're put in that position. So for me, that's something I emphasize. I let them know that, the markets that they probably think are a big deal, like Wall Street, they're $18 billion markets. And I let them know that you would need 100 billion to fit into 1 trillion. So welcome to my world over here in these $6.7 trillion dollar streets. I really, boss up with that. I think that's just so, yeah, that's a big deal. It's global, it's liquid, the most liquid in the world. It operates 5 days a week, 7 days of cryptocurrency. You can operate it from any smartphone device. This is powerful because this also brings everybody into the conversation. Maybe they can't relate to $6.7 trillion. Maybe they say they're never been on holiday. I mean, hopefully they've got a bank account, but mostly everyone's got a laptop, a phone, they've got some kind of smart device. So you can let them know that right now in the palm of your hands, you could actually be tapping into $6.7 trillion, but you just don't have access right now. You know, this could be you, but you're just not rich yet. You know, this literally, if you spent how long today, your phone tells you how long you spent on Facebook, waste of time out. How many chain letters did you read today? You know, how many, I don't know, stupid videos did you watch, memes, TikToks? Like, how much did that make you? Did you know that that same time you spent on that, you could have been on pocket options and you could have literally cleared 3 Do you even know what that means? Do you know that someone did that today and they made 15 grand? And I'm connected to them inside my community. Oh, it's amazing. Yeah, welcome to my world. So, oh, why is this slide moved? Sorry, that's weird. That's annoying. I'm very pedantic. Let's move it back. Okay, so now people kind of want to connect the dots. Let me know if you guys are following along so far. I don't want to seem long-winded, and I want you guys to engage. So if you guys want to say any of this back to me or anything, that's how we used to do these trainings. We do a slide each. But basically, people want to know also, and chime in when I'm talking, and I keep talking. It's just to you know, fill the space. But if you guys want to, just come off mute. So how
I'm following along. I know that what I want to add into my presentations when I'm speaking, because you know I love cryptocurrency and I love Bitcoin, and so I wanted to know a little bit, and I've been doing a little bit of research on going on her page, but I think her last name is White. Is it Michelle White, the one who put $10 in Bitcoin? So I want to be able to tell her story during my presentation.
Oh, that's dope. That really good. So that's a great point, Lashonda, because testimonies are powerful, and that's a rich testimony. Well, she's rich, you know, she's part of our community. You're connected to her. You know, you can bring her on a call if ever I've not heard from Michelle in a while. She's lovely. I've been knowing Michelle, you know, good 10 years. So, first of all, it's on our, what's it called? It's on our, YouTube. Couldn't get my words out. The testimony is on here. I don't know if this is going to help. I used to do presentations. Remember when we were doing, I don't know if you were, oh, you might not have been, it was this time last year around like November, December time, and we were doing presentations every day. And because we were doing them every day, we got creative. And so what we did was we'd show different things at the beginning, and one of them things was Michelle. So once she gave that testimony, boy, there she is. She became famous. And so I put this together, and I would like talk about Bitcoin. So I'll go into that real quick. It's a good transition because I want this to be relevant to you guys. I don't want it to be like the same old same or anything. So no, this is good. So let's just take it off mute a quick second. It's loud.
Worked for a very prestigious mortgage.
So she goes through.
He called me. He's in Dubai, and he
literally
the keys for me to get in. And when I opened up my email wallet, I saw over $2 million. You know, my story, over $2 million in there, and I was floored. Okay, you gotta remember.
Basically, this was the first time she told it as well. I can't remember if what it was on one of the calls that we did. It was in the evening, and it was recorded. So it was the most, in my opinion, like the authentic. She got a little bit emotional. It wasn't so long-winded. It's 3 minutes. You can start a presentation with this. What you're saying, I think, is that you want to use it you want to use her as like an example or a poster child, like, you know, this is what could happen from investing in Bitcoin. Yeah, that's good. So yeah, what you can literally do, you can transition from, like, you know, how Dr. China does her presentations. When she introduces Bitcoin, she just puts in Bitcoin on the Bitcoin versus the dollar, or I think just Bitcoin in Google brings this page up. It normally has something at this side. Let me take out dollar, where it actually tells you what Bitcoin is. There it is. So at this side, and it's so funny because you'll never know she's reading this, but she is. She'll be like, Bitcoin is decentralized currency without a central bank or single administrator. Guys, that can be said from you. I don't even know. This isn't even what it normally says. It says something else by being 11 years old. Let's put in what is Bitcoin. That's my Dr. China impression. Don't tell her. What is Bitcoin? Okay, still says the same thing there. It used to say it's 11 years old. They've changed it, the Wikipedia. But it used to say Bitcoin is a centralized currency. It's 11 years old, whatever, whatever. I used to say that. Anyway, that's irrelevant. It's 11 years old. So this is a page that she'll bring up, or that you can bring up, or whatever, when you're introducing Bitcoin, however you want to do it. Then with whatever your example that you give, what she normally goes to from this. So, okay, I'll just do it real quick. So a lot of you guys may have heard about Bitcoin, okay? But what actually is Bitcoin? Well, today, Bitcoin is actually worth, why is this in pounds? Let's change it back. Let's go back 2 pages, the dollar one. Bitcoin today, 1 Bitcoin is equal to $41,800. And why this is really important is because when this hit the market, and what did I do just then? All I did was change this little chart here. It was on 1 day, or whatever it was on, 1 month, 5 days, maybe, I don't know. But I changed it to the max, which is Bitcoin's whole entire lifespan. Okay, and you can literally scroll the little mouse and it will show you how much it was. That's only 2015. I thought it went back earlier than that. But anyway, 1 Bitcoin in what was it? 2011? Forgot the year now. 2011, 2021, 2009, I think. So in 2009, when this hit the marketplace, and this is on Google somewhere, so you don't have to memorize this. It was worth less than a penny, guys. Less than a penny was for 1 Bitcoin. Today, it's worth 41,000 now. You don't actually have to invest 41,000 to have a piece of Bitcoin. In fact, take my homegirl, Michelle. Michelle is one of our rich sisters, and she actually invested in Bitcoin, 10 years ago in 2010, when Bitcoin was a baby. Listen to her story. Wow, there's Michelle. You could do something along them lines. She does have social media. Let's check. Social media. Michelle, where's she? She's Michelle White, but I don't see her. I wonder if the page is not active. There she is. So she does post Bitcoin-y related things. So anyway, yeah, there's a page if you ever want to use like live examples and stuff. And even in presentations, guys, this is good because people, depending, you always want to fit your audience. So if you've got a younger crowd, especially, they don't care about some dusty old, some slides. Like, they don't PowerPoint. Like, what the heck is PowerPoint? Like, they want to see social stuff. They do want to see social media. They want to see lifestyle. Yeah. They want to see like what Bitcoin do for my life. You might want to, she has quite a bit of lifestyle on there actually, a little bit. I'd always go to a Dr. China's page anyway. You're never going to be let down over there, to show lifestyle, to show what Bitcoin actually affords you, type of thing while you're talking. But the reason why I'm going through the slides the way I am, and I'm want to give you guys the basics, is because you don't want to be distracted and be like why am I here? I've done that. Like, you go on something, you don't even know why you're here, you lose your train of thought, and then you're like, okay guys, any questions? And you've not given half the information. So the slides just help you to stay on track, even if you just make bullet points of the slides. So by now the bullet points might be number 1, what we do, number 2, what we offer, number 3, what the heck is Forex, number 4, talk about IM, transition. So we've kind of given generic things. Now you want to talk about IM. Now when I talk about IM, I show the back office. I show them what is IM, because it's the reason why that's important, why I think that's good. And like I said, you've got to run before you can walk. I don't know if it's particularly difficult to show the back office rather than show the slides. To be honest, I think, let me just do it this way, because I do think it's more realistic, because this is what they're going to see when they actually join. So let's do this. So that even the slide before, which I just shown, where it said what we offer, Forex, etc., Forex Academy, all the different academies, this is how I would show it. This is how I would show it now. So, you know, we offer some of the most elite education and information in all the world. And we're partnered with IM Mastery Academy, the #1 digital academy. And we have academies that only the elite before now had access to. That's the top 5%. Academies and information like FRX. You know, they've had education of making money in minutes. I'll talk about the trade show. Maybe most of them that came here, they came from the trade show. That's something that's popping right now. You know, a lot of people want to know what the heck Bitcoin is. You know, you just said you wanted to do, you know, when you're talking a lot about Bitcoin because that's your baby. So you might have told them, you might have focused on your prospects might be expecting to see more Bitcoin related content. So when it comes to FRX and HFX, you might not touch on them either at all or hardly. You might lead with, okay, so here is our Bitcoin Academy. You want to say things that resonate. Okay, so our Bitcoin Academy here is a DCX, that stands for digital currency. You just saying things like Bitcoin Academy because that just, you know, makes a bit more sense to them. And you might click on there, you know, you might show them a video, you might transition from this straight to go live. Why are we showing them this? Remember, we said that we want to show them the product, we want to show them what they get. This is actually what you get. Here's a video, what you can actually watch. Guess what, guys? You don't just get this. You know, you also get some tools. You know, now you're going to show them the tools that they get. If you're focusing on Bitcoin, you're going to show them the tools relating to DCX. You're going to tell them why these are valuable. You might even get somebody to share screen, share a testimony. Presentation should really be no more than 30 minutes. If you were doing this presentation end to end, it actually probably takes about 45 minutes just to do all the information. But this basically slide is who we're partnered with. The information, obviously, it's right there. Is that we are the #1 the #1 Forex digital currency education globally. Well, I said that when I just showed them, I said, well, this is what you have access to. You have access to the #1 digital academy in the world. Take note, I give them some facts. We were featured in Forbes magazine, on the Forbes list twice. Only millionaires and billionaires, reputable companies are featured in Forbes. No other digital currency, foreign exchange. People might say to you, well, I'm with E-Trade, I'm with they were in Forbes, babe. Like I'm doing baby pips. That's great, but they're in Forbes. We're the first. Let's just put some respect on our name so that you can have the confidence to present the information. And when I say the confidence, I don't mean the cockiness or the, you know, the ego. If someone's doing something else and like, oh, that's rubbish, well, wear this. Not that. You just want to, you know, you want to know what you boss up with your chest, what you've got. Okay, well, I'm partnered with the #1 digital currency academy in the world. We were featured in Forbes magazine twice last year. Such a blessing. Our CEO, Christopher Terry, he's got 30 years of experience on Wall Street. Yeah, he's amazing. He actually founded the company in 2013 and he's debt-free. He used all his own money. We've never owed anybody a penny. You know, if you're connected with somebody owing someone else, then that means that sooner or later you're going to owe them too. Amazing. Yeah, we operate now in 120 countries. He came from the dirt, straight out of New York, and now, you know, 120 countries later, booyah. Or however you want to say it. But basically, this is just to give them reputability, you know. And when I'm doing this, I'm going through the academy. I'm letting them know some of our students are Floyd Mayweather. I'm letting them know that we're partnered with Bob Proctor, you know, as I'm kind of going through and showing them as pages are loading. This is all just adding credibility to, you know, what it is that they're looking at. Okay. So let's see what the next slide is, just to see the kind of order in how you present the information. So we said who we are, what we do, what we offer, who we're partnered with, our private community. I mean, we kind of already went through that. That's just letting them know what they get through Rich. They get mentorship, support, engagement, live events, online events, recognition. Nowadays, not that I don't say this, but testimonies will do that. You know, it's always good to have someone giving a testimony on the call, or you giving a personal testimony, but you know, it's not important. So I don't want you to just think that you're just missing this out. But yeah, so we have unique products and services. You know, one of those is the nightclub. You know, shout out to Big Bro Logic Mix. This is something that, you know, we used to definitely put a lot of emphasis on because we were very proud of it. You know, what is the nightclub? You know, just so you can get the verbiage, let's just look. So our nightclub, even if you've never been on it, some of you in the UK here may have never been on nightclub, you know, but just know that we get pipsy, not tipsy. That's first of all the tagline. We make money in the nightclub. It's a money-making atmosphere. It's people all around the world getting live mentorship, mindset training, but actually making money on the session. Okay, so it's live trading sessions. And this is Dr. China's husband. For those who didn't know, that's her husband, the CEO's husband, right? And he's just literally, why are all my slides all off? It's really weird. This is actually from the IM presentation. There's loads of slides. I'm not going to go through all these because this is basically the back office now. So any questions, concerns so far? I really like that question, LaShonda. Anyone got any specifics on, you know, presenting, you know, things that are going to make them more comfortable, confident? Anything you want me to go over again? Anything you want me to show you, like comparison to how you can, you know, if you don't want to show slides and you want to do it the way how, you know, facts and figures and stuff like that, real-time news, you know, anything that you want to ask. And this is the e-commerce presentation, which is so easy. So easy. And I recommend, you know, like I said, do it. First of all, we're talking about doing this 10,000 times. So just do it as much as you can until you're blue in the face. And then, you know, me, I'm someone who I like variation. So I've got one somewhere where I've put videos in it. As you guys are coming through with your questions, maybe I can find one that I remixed last year. Anyone got any questions, feedback before we wrap? What am I looking for? Presentations. Miss UK, this one might be one of them. I don't know which one's which. This one. We changed these so much. So look, this just so you guys can see how you can tailor presentations. So girl, we worked. We definitely got to get. We did presentations every day, and we had whoever was presenting, we'd have their picture there, etc. It was so good. Had our little timer to get people on. So to give you some breathing space at the beginning. I used to start my presentations with Floyd. Let me let you guys see this. What does this mean? This is such a Miss UK thing to do. So I let Floyd kick me off, right? I let him tell me about I Am Mastery Academy. Oh, I ain't playing. Okay, well, it ain't playing today, but it was basically letting him know that he's pretty boy Floyd and, you know, he's made billions and now he wants to make even more money with the academy and whatever, kind of goes through his story. It's like a quick 2-minute video. But that, to me, that used to pull people in because, you know, they've come to presentation and now they're seeing Floyd, and I would literally come off mute and be like, thanks so much, Floyd, you know, shout out to Floyd, always popping up to come in, whatever. Like it was, yeah, it was funny to me. I thought it was good. So let me see, what have I changed in this? So I did another video here. All these videos, I don't think they're gonna work now anyway. That was him talking about what e-commerce was. So yeah, I just added things in, but then I really moved away from doing presentations in this way on PowerPoint, just to give people, like I said, a more realistic feel. So this which one was it? There's so many tabs here. They're not in order right now. I've added some more. So look, I've got the one that Dr. China pulled up the other day, that it shows them the rise and fall of the dollar. And I'm just going to say what she said, which is basically that your $100 hasn't been worth $100 since 1913. Okay, actually today $100 is worth about $10. I think it was, she said. I don't even know how she's getting this information, but it must be on here somewhere. Okay, yeah, here. So $10, and that's today. So it's less than $10. So your $100 is worth less than $10 today in 2021. Okay, basically, she kind of broke that down really, really well. Definitely, you know, we'll go back and watch it. And then she had the other slide, which I took a picture of somewhere, the one that's got Bitcoin and it's got the dollar. It's got the dollar in 1913. It's the inflation one. It shows you a visual representation of what's happening with your money. I wish I had it. I do have it somewhere, but I just don't know where. You guys know what I'm talking about? Did you guys see it?
Is it a slide or is it like a website that she goes to? Or are you talking about where Citibank analysts, where Bitcoin is projected to be 300,000? Is that what you're talking about?
No, she did she pulled up a visual slide of Bitcoin and the dollar. Let me see. It'll be on here. I'll show you one here. There it is. This one. So I took a screenshot. I'll have to find where I've saved it. So it basically shows you, she said this, but she said it like it was coming from her own mouth. I realized it says it there. She said, this is basically what's happening today with your dollar versus Bitcoin, right? She was like, inflation is silently robbing you of your purchasing power, and it has been since 1913. She shows you what $20 would have got. Well, this is showing you what you could have got for $20 in 1929. You would have got a whole full basket of groceries. Now in 1960, you'd have got about half of those groceries with that same $20. In 2014, which probably when this slide was made, probably that means even less you get now. You get a couple of items, you know, for your $20. Now today, we ain't even really accepting money like that. That's kind of, you know, most people don't carry cash, I think she said. And then the opposite is happening with Bitcoin. So in 2012, Bitcoin, you know, you couldn't really get a lot with one Bitcoin, right? Didn't get you a lot. In 2013, one Bitcoin, only 1 year later, look at this, like this took a whole 30 years. You get what I'm saying? Like, look at how fast Bitcoin's value is increasing. This is powerful. Oh, Lashonda, you definitely want this slide if you're doing, you can probably screenshot this, because you would only need this part.
I have a screenshot of it, but do you know like what website she got it from?
No.
So it can look a little cleaner.
What does it say behind there? This is like her
I can't see it.
This look like it's off her computer, like she's got it saved to her computer as a picture. So maybe it's on.
That's the picture right there.
Yeah.
That's the picture she had right there. That's what she had right there. What you got up right now. That's exactly what she had.
So we're wondering where she got it from, so we can get, you know, the full thing a bit cleaner, because it's got a little piece cut off. Well, let's Google it in a second. So basically it shows you, I think this is hilarious. In 2021, Bitcoin gets you the whole stuff. Forget the groceries. Like, you could go ahead and just buy Walmart. It's not even, they got Whole Foods on there. Lord have mercy. So yeah, let's see. So what is this? Inflation. This is why I Google. And this is what I do. I literally just Google everything, guys. And when you guys, you'd be surprised how smart Google is. So what was it? Inflation, Bitcoin. Let's just see what comes up with that. This all images. Oh, did I see the basket over there? But this is close. So let's look at similar ones. Oh, there's loads. There it is. Boom.
Mr. K, yeah, I see it. I see it. There it is.
Boom, baby. Let's see. Open image in a new tab. Whoop, there it is. Let's move this out the way. So there you go. That's clean. So you can Google that. You can screenshot this one or Google it again yourself, but it's this picture right here. I want to see I'm gonna go through the other ones as well. On my own time. Okay, they've got it like this as well. Opening a new tab, us on Twitter. What the heck is this? 20 what? The wheels. So in 2019, you just get the wheels of the trolley. You don't even get no groceries. You don't even get handles. Girl,
don't even get the basket.
Who did this? That is ridiculous. Someone's taking the mic. They put Costco in there. Okay, this is someone's like, the internet is just got no chill. Okay, so that's basically, you know, how you present your business. It's not really a how as in being, I don't know, it's not the news. It's not like you don't have to use certain words, or you have to be you first, you know. You just have to be the confident you. You just have to be the best you, you know. The information, yes, the information is important. What is the information? Well, just go over what we went over today, okay? The information is very simple, you know, who we are, you know, what we do, how we do it, and what you need to do it too, you know. You know, always make sure that you close your presentation with how they can get started. Okay, you'll be remiss not to do that, because what happens is that people get all this information, it's powerful, and if you haven't told them how to start, they just leave and they've just got all this great information, and I don't know, they go and start with somebody else who tells them how they can get started, right? So make sure that you're closing. Even in your presentations, you're always closing, you're preparing your prospects to basically join you. You're being assumptive in your language. Write this down. So even throughout your presentation, the way how you say things, so you're not asking, you're not begging, you're not pleading, you're not hoping. So that is going to be reflective in the way how you speak. So for example, if I'm showing you the back office and saying this is the #1, digital academy in the world, I'm bossed up about it. Where the heck is the academy gone? Oh Lord, I don't even know where it's gone right now, but wherever it was, I'm showing you all that, all these great tools. And then I say something like, well, hopefully, when you partner with us today, you'll see it. Hopefully, like I just showed you that this was enforced, like when you partner with us. So today, literally, every professional network marketer, are they talking now or right now and today? Write that down. You're a professional network marketer today. Just light bulb went off. You are a professional. Remember at the beginning, we were talking about beliefs and doubt. Believe it, okay? Don't doubt your beliefs and believe your doubts. Believe you are a professional. Professional people join your business every day because you are a professional. So when you're presenting what you're presenting, you already know this is creme de la creme. How am I going to show this to you and you ain't going to partner with it? So you assume the close. You speak to them like this is the obvious next step, right? Like my time is already money. I've shown you this, so obviously you're gonna make a rich decision. Okay, you're not saying it in a cocky way. You're not saying it in a degrading way. You're saying it in a confident, clear, and positively assumptive way. So you'll hear me in my presentations. I always say today. I always say today, not when you're ready or when you get back to the person you've thought about this. No, that's already passed. You just saw the information. You just saw Floyd Mayweather. We just put a trade in. You just cleared a trade. So when you partner with us today, what you're going to have access to. So what you have today. So today, I say, and I even tell them to say it. Somebody say today, because maybe they didn't believe it. They heard me say it. Now I repeat it back. So they didn't even know it was today. Now they said today out of their mouth. All of a sudden they trying to, if it's Visa or MasterCard, they're going to use today. So today, everyone write today in the chat. Make sure when you are presenting, you're speaking in now, you're showing them this, because what's going to happen, you're a business person. At the end of this, you're going to close a business deal. And I normally end with showing them, but let's show you the old school, I shouldn't say the old school, the traditional, what have you, presentation shows it them like, oh, where's the money? Where's the money? Okay, it's this, right? I feel like we had a different one though. Where's the rich one? I feel like I may have changed it. Okay, here's the rich one. I still changed it a little bit, but basically this was verbiage. This is the verbiage that's going to help you. Oh gosh, get rid of this. The verbiage that's going to help you. So to close out, so and it even says today, I'm sure, getting started, choose your package invest. Oh, I thought it said today. So how do you get started? You're ready now. You'll see when people present this slide, they don't say it like, oh God, this is the, they don't say it like it's negative, like, oh, so I know you, they say it positively. I don't really know how to say what I'm saying. So they're like, oh my gosh, now you're so ready to get started, right? All you have to do is choose your package. Oh my gosh, it's literally $580 a day to invest in your financial future. How do I know this? It says it right there. It's showing them it's for a cup of coffee a day. You can have access to everything I just shown you. You can have access to FRX, HFX, DCX, and the Elite Academy, which is all of these in one. This is amazing. I mean, this is a breakdown that we did. Oh my gosh, I made this presentation so long. Lord have mercy. I showed them all the tools. You guys might want to, I mean, I don't even want you guys to do all this. It's a lot. It was really a lot. And then after I've done that, because it's very important that you don't keep, you don't minimize the fact that you're paying for this is a no-brainer, right? Don't be apologetic about the fact that they have to pay for this. You're paying for this, okay? You're paying for this because you see it valuable to do so, because it's worth it. In fact, what you're paying for this is low ticket compared to the high item that you're getting. You're getting a $6.7 trillion salary, you know, access to that every single day. You're getting $1 million software. One of the pieces of software that you access is over $1 million to make. And we've got that 30 times over. So don't be apologetic when you're talking about price. Say pricing boldly. Don't skip over it. Let them be very clear on it. You know, I don't show their slide anymore. I show them what they're going to see. Very important to me, because I don't want this to be unusual when they see it. This is what you're going to see, guys, as soon as you come off this. In fact, if I was you right now, I would text the person who invited you. Thank you so much. Send me the link. Like, you want to be so happy and grateful that they chose you, that they saw you worthy enough to come and see this information, because they still might be thinking that they're doing you a favor if you invited them, or whoever invited them, they just got in here, oh, okay, you know, well, Kat said, so I just want to, you know, please her, pleasure her. Oh no, Kat's already in, babe. No, Kat's already got access, babe. She's already, you know, in alignment to be getting, you know, the 6.7 trill. She's got the e-commerce. She's good. She's just putting you on game, you know. When she's going, when her chings are going up, she's letting you know what she's doing. So go ahead and let Kat know, you know, thank you so much for thinking highly enough of me that you was boss-minded enough to even receive this information. Now what you need to be saying is send me the link, because Kat's only got 3 equity spots. Kat's only got a limited amount of spaces right now for you to get in, so that you can receive blessings upon blessings that we ain't even gone through today in this presentation. But just know, first movers advantage, baby. So what you're seeing right here, right now, is what you're going to see. And it's as simple as an Amazon purchase. What I want you guys to do, oh, what did I do there? What I want you guys to do is click elite. Why elite? Okay, when you guys click elite, this is what you're gonna get. Somebody say, I want, or, you know, think of something. I don't know. I used to talk about the buffet or all different things. Basically, you're getting everything with elite. I never go through each one individually because they're all here. But I do let them know that FRX, HFX, DCX on their own cost $235. So if you wanted access to Bitcoin, you know, and trading gold or and money in minutes, you're going to pay at least $600. That's before you've even got any of our add-ons. What the heck is an add-on? Well, just think about it. Every time they're adding on more money onto your bank account. This academy has the audacity to give you all these tools and software. You can't get them a la carte, but if you did today, then you'd run up a ticket of almost $1,000, which is well worth it if we compare it to what you paid for your education. Somebody drop in the chat how much they owe Sally Mae right now, if you're bad. Okay, so we all know about paying for education. I always compare it to real stuff, because people are looking at you right now like, oh, she trying to get me, she trying to sell me. You know, if you was maybe an old white male that was presenting this, they would expect to be paying money, but because you're the girl from around the way, you're their cousin, they whoever, they thinking that you trying to get them. First of all, they ain't paying you, they're paying for the tools and software. Remind them of what they paid for before and where it's got them now, not in a negative way, but just so it makes it normal, normalize it. I normally show them, you know, oh gosh, what the normal world does. What the heck did I just do? Okay, my calculator. You know, I show them schools. This is just a, you know, I've had this up on this thing for over a year. I think I took this off China as well. So I show them that they might have come today, listen to the whole presentation, and still think that this is so irrelevant and nothing to do with them. But whether they like it or not, this is happening in plain sight. And traditional universities, the most reputable universities, are charging for this, and they're charging what they normally charge. Most people have already paid for education and they don't work in that field. And if they, or they may have worked in that field, but they don't get $6.7 trillion a day, I know that much. But the people that are charging the money for this, like Oxford University and, you know, all the reputable universities, they're paying, this is a cheap one as well. This is one I always show them. I always let them know that this is very competitive, that they get $2,000 for 6 weeks of learning. People love paying more for less. For 30 days, $300 for 30 days, you get way more than 4 to 6 hours in our academy. It's actually insulting. It's actually insulting the amount of what you get from our academy. But I always just like to compare that to make it real, so they don't feel like, oh, you're trying to sell me. Like, why would this be free? Like, why would this be free? So today, I always go today, you actually get a discount, okay? Because they're getting a discount. Know that even though this is so cheap, it's still discounted. When you get elite, you're getting $659 off. You're getting all that software that is already worth millions. Even if it was $1,000, it's still cheap, yeah. But they're getting it for $324 one time. I let them know very transparently. I don't skip over it. I let them know that this is for that. This is a one-time payment. Write that down. A one-time payment to join, for them to be subscribed to the platform for 30 days or 28 days it is. Okay, so they'll have access for 28 days. Should they want to continue their access to what? Remind them everything they saw today. If you want those money alerts that you got, if you want access to the TV channels, if you want access to the mentorship, the academy, go through it. Like, list that thing, you know, the tools, the apps, the software, the money in minutes. If you want to have continued access, well, first of all, you're not locked into any contract. You know, you don't have to pay Sally Mae or get any student loans. The great thing is that the average person can do this. Let them know this is affordable. This is affordable. People are spending this money regardless. They're going to spend $274 in the month on something that is not going to give them 6.7 trillion. Like, there's no returns on what they're spending it on. So be very clear on the pricing, be very open and upfront, and just make it real. Just make it real. You know, you'll hear Dr. China say this right here, this is bundles before the installation. I don't even know if you can get one bundle for $274 getting that good hair, you know? Guys, that might be, you know, trainers. This is food. People go and spend $274 in a like this. Look, listen, Linda, listen. This is not, people, this is not, I need to go and ask my husband and have a long conversation about this, because you spent like double this yesterday on shoes at the mall and you didn't ask nobody's husband. So why right now, when this is an investment in you, this is where you just make things real. So you don't have to beat the dead horse, but I make it very clear. So, you know, they're very aware. And then you keep the excitement. You don't want to go from talking about money for the energy to dip. Keep your energy high and excited. Oh my gosh, I literally can't wait to see you guys on the inside. Tap all the way in. You know, we've got 94 days left to the end of the year. Like, what decision are you going to make today that's going to pay you tomorrow? Like, where will you be this time next year? When we're all on the right side of Bitcoin, will you be in? I can't wait to see you at the top, because it's way too crowded at the bottom. They coughing down there. They got all types of stuff going, whatever, you know, just be creative. Watch some other people present, you know, steal some of their punchlines and whatever, and that's it. You presented your $6.7 trillion business like a whole pro. Go ahead and give yourselves a round of applause. There you go. Who's ready? Who's excited? Who's presenting next? It will be such a joy to be able to jump on any of you guys' presentations, excuse me, that you guys are going to present in this season. Let me know you guys' feedback, what you guys are planning regarding presenting, what you guys want to do, how you want to do it. Like I said, anything you record on Zoom translates over to YouTube. So you can also kind of grab that audience there that weren't there when you were live. So go ahead, come off of mute, let me know any feedback, any plans. We did have homework last week. I don't think any of you guys were on last week, and we will set homework for this week as well, leading into next session. So come on, let me hear you guys, some feedback.
I definitely want to make sure my presentations are no more than 30 minutes, because when I'm on there, I'm ready to get to it all and just be done with it, because I'm already sweating underneath my arms and feel like I'm shaking everywhere. But I think that I'm going to do a little bit more research on the what Dr. China had plugged in the other day about inflation. Just so that I can be knowledgeable about what I'm speaking about, and also about the dollar. I'm going to research that, make sure I'm knowledgeable about it before I start speaking about it. So you made some very valid points. It was a good class today.
Oh, awesome. No, that's a great takeaway. Yeah, definitely use that slide. Yeah, don't go, well, I'm not saying don't go heavy on the research, but don't overthink things. So a lot of the things, even that Dr. China presents, she literally knows the thing that she's saying right there, because I guarantee she saw somebody else do it and heard somebody else do it, and she just did the same thing. For years, most of the things, and she'll say this out of her own mouth, when she first presented, it's so funny. I think basically she didn't know that, I think it was her first day like in the business that she couldn't even afford to get in, and the lady was like, okay, you're up next. She's like, next? What do you mean next? She didn't have a clue, and she just said everything that she heard the woman say beforehand. So the same thing with a lot of the stuff that we present. there's sometimes you want to make sure you have some knowledge in case somebody's going to ask questions. I mean, on presentations that I do, there's not really a lot of space for questions. So let me say this. On a one-on-one, definitely, you know, it's a one-on-one. So it's a little bit more personal anyway, the way you're going to show the information. And genuinely, you would want to end how can I put this? If I'm going to meet someone for a one-on-one, I've normally prepped them in a way that they're joining the business that day. So I'm only going to meet them for a one-on-one to show them what they're about to join, if that makes sense. But I've kind of already got them to a point of them making a decision, not all the time. But, you know, generally one-on-one, that's intimate, you know, that's, you know, my time. You're a professional. People pay for professionals' time to spend time with professionals. So you're signing up today. There's no, I'm gonna go and think about it or whatever. This is the time where we're thinking about it. Whatever questions you've got, you know, they're being answered right here, right now. You can still connect with a freeway if you're in person doing a one-on-one afterwards, just to kind of, hey, I'm with this amazing go-getter, you know, we've just gone through everything, the back office. She's literally ready to get started. I just wanted her to get, you know, some questions answered. I know you've been doing whatever, however you bring in your freeway close, right? So still definitely be closing them on one-on-ones. When there is a group, when you're doing a presentation in a group, right? Questions, I would say the caution with questions is that, so people are sheeple, right? So it only takes one person to say something so ignorant or whatever, right? To just, no one was even thinking that. Now your whole presentation's gone left because some guy in the back was like, yeah, but I mean, I heard that, you know, was a scam or something stupid, whatever. It doesn't even matter whether it's true or not. They've just sown that seed now into the whole audience. So you'll see, normally when I do group presentations, everybody's muted. And if you want to come off mute, you raise your hand and I can, if you're trustworthy, but normally it's somebody within the community giving a testimony. I'll let people drop questions in the chat. Very rarely, I just have it like open season for questions, because that is really for the freeway close. You know, any questions are normally reserved for that kind of freeway close situation. So I said all that. Why would I say that? Oh, because when it comes to you being knowledgeable on specific subjects, I mean, you know, inflation is something definitely good to read up on, because it's very real and it really helps you to understand why the heck the space that we're in is so valuable. Because inflation is a hell of a drug, baby. If people really knew how much to work, you wouldn't even bother working. You would see how much of a scam and a setup this whole thing is, because nobody's wages is going up as much as inflation is going up. So it means that we're working harder for less. It's horrible. But I haven't done no in-depth research. I've literally heard people talking about it, things that I already know, little things, okay, I've accumulated over time. So that slide there that we showed, that Dr. China showed, you can literally just go through that slide without having in-depth research. So I'm not saying don't do research, still do, but don't let that stop you presenting the information, because that information literally, it is self-explanatory, you know, what it says. And I think the one underneath says deflation. I didn't even know that was a word, but Bitcoin is deflation. It's the opposite of what's happening with inflation. It's going up. Your value and purchasing power is going up over time rather than down over time. So, okay, no, that's really good. Anyone else? Kat, you've been quiet in the back there. Anyone else? You still with us? I know it's almost 11 here, so we're definitely going to wrap up. Let me do this as well. So it was a phenomenal session. Our iReal business training, presenting your business like a pro. So definitely make sure that you implement some of these things. For next week, I would love for you to come back and present one slide or one piece of information. It doesn't have to even be in a slide form. So it could be what is Bitcoin, it could be what is Rich University, it could be who we are, whatever that is, you know, present that to us. So let us see, or even record it and, you know, drop it in the chat, because normally we do it before we get to the class, right? So I want to see you guys present any part of the opportunity that you saw today, you know, whatever your biggest takeaway, your favorite part, what have you. Could be the slide like what LaShonda was talking about, the inflation slide. Literally just present it, and presenting it normally is reading it as you, like, how do you present? So Yay! And make sure your camera's on so we can see you. You know, it is really important when you are presenting. It's a trust thing. You want the people to see you, you know, see your mannerisms, face expressions, and just be able to connect. So that is homework for next week. So I'm excited. Let's go ahead and do this.